everybody, I am alpacapatrol, and this is Binding of Isaac Wrath of the Lamb. That's right, I'm back with some more Binding of Isaac Wrath of the Lamb. Today I'm going to jump in, and I didn't get many specific requests, except what I got a couple requests of is the random button. So you know what? I like to appeal to the tyranny of the random button, so let's see what we get. Of course we got Samson. You know, I kind of felt that Samson was going to happen. I kind of felt that. But whatever, let's jump in and see what we can or cannot do. Hopefully can do is the right kind of attitude. So a lot of people apparently really enjoyed the. I got a lot of comments on that last video, so a lot of people were totally into the rant about reality TV. I'm glad. I'm glad so many of you agree with me. I won't go into it anymore, since I already, spent pretty much 30 minutes talking about it. It was kind of a podcast about reality TV shows, and not in the good way, in case you hadn't seen the video. But yeah, so, you guys liked it. And you've also said that, whenever I apologize for my rants, that I should stop because you guys like them. I know, I'm just self-conscious that I'm boring, and I don't want to be boring. I feel like I must entertain with some kind of funny poop jokes or something. Wow, we got a dime. That is ballin' as hell. I will definitely take a dime. Dimes sound good. And, as a side note also, by the way, I don't think beforehand. Oh, farts! Come on, really? That just went angled up. This is bullshit. It's like the magic bullet, JFK. Interesting. There was a lot of emotions that just went on right then. It was ooh ha. I didn't really know what was happening. Anyway, so yeah, I don't think of the rants beforehand. Although I was about to just rant about JFK, so I don't really think of them beforehand. They just kind of come up because when I do these things, okay, you know what? What? Sure, that works. Oh, okay, and now we have enough money to go to the shop. This was a pretty lucky floor. I mean, Guppy's Paw isn't very good when you only have one heart, but I'll hold on to it. I gotta keep my finger far away from that spacebar, because otherwise I could get screwed to high hell. But yeah, man. I forget what I was trying to say. Portable slot machine, not very good, but you know what is good? Is a bomb. You know why the bomb is good? Because I can just do this thing. Hopefully it drops a bomb for us. Yes, it did! And the small rock! And what's good about that is there is another blue rock somewhere. I don't remember where it is, but there is another blue rock. It's probably over here, I think. I think it's in this room. Yeah, boners. Boners, 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 boners. Oh, well, we have a golden key. Cool. And we can look for the secret room now. This all kind of worked out really well, I have to say. Oh, and you know what? We might as well buy that key now. Really? That's not the secret room? Well, I mean, could be here, I guess. Let's see if it's here. Yeah, okay. Now let's see what we got. Slot machine. That blows. So, peace. But I will go buy that key in the shop. I think there's a key in the shop. If there's not, sorry. But yeah, oh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, whenever I do these things, it kind of goes like stream of consciousness. So you ever do one of those exercises where it's like where you just jot down whatever comes into your head, one after the other on a piece of paper? I've never actually been able to do that. I always just kind of write about writing, and then I get really bored doing stream of consciousness like poetry or whatever, just writing. I never liked those exercises. But obviously when I'm speaking, it's the only fucking thing I can do. Okay, we have another. Oh, that sucks that we went to the secret room now, because there is a bomb there. But who knows? Maybe we could get the box. Oh right, no, we can't. There's no way we could get the box. Never mind. And there's no way that we can get anything else, right? Yeah. All right. So we'll go down to the next floor. Whatever. We missed on one blue rock, but we got out of it a couple other things. I think. I forget what we got, but we got a couple of things. So. That works. We don't have a golden key for this floor, so we can't open that up just yet. I mean, maybe we can eventually. I wish I had those bombs before, but it's fine. So yeah, I mean, stream of consciousness when I'm talking. I mean, it's kind of how I talk anyway, I guess. But that's me, man. That's me. I want a theme song really bad. Okay, you are a jerk and a half. I really desperately need a health up, otherwise I am gonna die very, very soon. That's cool, I guess. I suppose if we get into like a really, really dire situation with only one half of a heart, I can just kind of use Guppy's Paw to get 3 blue hearts. I don't know if it's going to be necessary. Did we explore everywhere? We already explored everywhere, didn't we? Huh. Interesting. Oh no, wait, there's still this way. I want to try to go to the secret room. Now, it's going to be kind of annoying trying to get there, but I want to go there because I want enough money to go to the shop. Ah, that's a bummer. But I definitely can't use that. Okay, so let's try to think about this. There's a room there, and there's a room there. It could be right here. So, no. It could equivalently be not there. Oh, we could have enough. Well, we don't have any keys though, so never mind. We could have got some money, and we would have got enough to go to the shop. However, we wouldn't really have had enough. Let's just check here real quick. All right. Well, obviously my it's up. It's totally up. All right. This is my last bomb. Damn it. Hey, but we got a 1-up. You know, that works. That works for me. It almost works so much that I'm kind of willing to use Guppy's Paw right now, because I think the 1-up should bring us back with a red heart. Maybe. I don't know how that would work. But we'll see. Okay, we got Pink Widow, which is Fast Widow, who spawns Flies Widow. That's okay. Oh, you know what I started watching? And, you know, I never watched this show. Really, I watched a little bit of it, and I feel shitty for never having watched it. So I just decided, you know what? I feel like I'm finally gonna get into it. Is Arrested Development, and I watched through like 5 episodes last night while I was waiting for things to recharge, to render. If this is Krampus, oh thank God it's not. Okay, you know what? We can use the pact. Oh no, we can't. I don't know what we could do. I'm trying to think. If I use Guppy's Paw and then I get the pact, fuck it. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. Okay, it gave us 2 hearts and we have a 1-up. So I don't know how that's gonna work, but you know, that's how we're rolling here. I don't know if this is the best idea, but we have some extra damage, and sadly I have a Skype message. So I apologize for my my unprofessionalism, but I must hold on just one moment. Oh God! No, I didn't realize I was back, but I'm back. Sorry about that unprofessionalism. Just got a Skype message from actually Ali Bam Bam, who you should check out his YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ali Bam Bam. He actually does his own Isaac stuff too, but he does I think mostly Dota type stuff. You might remember him if you are a fan of Northern Lion from Northern Lion's old from Northern Lion's old Dota 2 series, because he was on there, and I met him through the Dota 2 subreddit. So yeah, I would check him out, but you know, maybe be doing some videos with him in the future, potentially. We shall see. Yes, I will definitely take the compass. Now, I really am curious to see what this 1-up would give us when we died. Like, I'd have to imagine that it's going to give us 1 red heart, but, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Is it going to give us, like... Oh, farts. Well, I might find out very soon. Is it going to give us, like, 2 blue hearts because of... Well, no, it can't give us that. I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm going to be honest. Oh, shit. Well, we're about to find out. It gives us no hearts. Well, that sucks. Well, I already have the compass, so let's just go towards the shop and try to live. I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, God, I could die here. I don't want to die here. I don't want to die here. I don't like greed heads. No, greed heads, stay away from me. Stay away from me. I don't like you. This is still doable. We just have to not take any damage at all. And we don't have any keys either, which kind of blows. Come on, greed heads. Really? Like my least favorite enemy. Especially on this floor. God damn it. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Alright, we survived another room. Oh, this room is equivalently pretty shitty. Oh, no, no! I was close. I was close there. No, 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 no! Okay, we made it. We made it so far. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Okay. We did it. We got to the boss. So let's fight the boss and hope for a health up. Alright. Husk, or... yeah, the husk. We can do this. This is a doable boss. Hopefully. We are doing a lot of damage as well. He just can't spawn many spiders, because if he spawns a lot of... fuck! If he spawns a lot of spiders, then we're screwed. And we got him! Okay, please, God, give me a health up. Yes! But it didn't count? Why didn't it count? Is it because we took 2 hearts up? Can we use Guppy's hit? No, we can't. Well, I think we're screwed here, guys. I'm gonna go in here. I was kind of hoping it was gonna be a... it was gonna be Gluttony, because he could give us a heart. But honestly, we're kind of living on borrowed time here. Things are looking dangerous, certainly. Okay, do you really need to do that? Was that necessary? I don't think it was necessary. Okay, we got 2 hearts, which is a funny joke game. Haha, I get it. We don't have any hearts. We're gonna keep exploring because I want keys. I need 2 keys. So, you know, hopefully I get those. Okay, great. We didn't hit at all. It's a bummer. That's fine. And we didn't get a single key, which blows butts. Blows lots of butts. And also no blue rocks either, which also blows lots of butts. Which, you know, would potentially be the way that we could potentially come back in this, but potentiality is not what I want to see. Please, can I have a health up in the fire? No, okay. Well, not only do we not have any health, but we also do not have any keys. So, it's just, when you play Samson, you also have... you know, Samson should start with the lucky foot as well. Why don't we do that? Why don't we make Samson start with the lucky foot as well? Why can't we do that? Maybe give him a little bit more of an upgrade. Because Samson otherwise is pretty darn useless. Alright, we have defeated one of the foes. No, I'm dead! Yeah, that's it. I could have went down, I guess. I just didn't know where it was going to go. Alright, let's get back to the main menu. And let's random button this shit up. And we got Samson again! Okay! Looks like we're going Samson this run. If I die again, I'm just gonna pick Samson because, obviously the game wants to fuck with me today. And, you know, whatever. Fine. I will deal with it. Anyway. Also, another thing that I want to note is we've been getting pretty lucky on the past few runs. Also, by the way, I would suggest, if you don't watch FTL... oh, the miter. That is pretty awesome, actually. Miter should allow us to drop more blue hearts, which is going to be fantastic. Anyway, yeah, I would definitely, if you have never watched the FTL series and you want to try it, or you've never tried it and you've maybe thought about trying it, you fucking piece of shit. That fly was like a jazz dancer. Like, I don't know why jazz specifically, but he danced well, and I couldn't hit a one of them. That was frustrating. That was entirely frustrating. And it still hit me in the end, which really pissed me off. Fucking piece of shit fly. But yeah, if you want to see FTL, then I would suggest you check out the past, like, 2 videos, because they're pretty darn exciting, I want to say, as far as FTL videos are concerned. I will look for the secret room, because, you know, hey, why not? Maybe we could get enough money to go to the shop again. Hopefully. Really? We are not getting lucky with these secret rooms at all. I don't understand why. It feels like it's back to that point where the secret room started spawning randomly. Because the past couple of runs, it's been weird, man. The secret rooms have been in, like, really weird places. I mean, it's usually pretty easy to tell where it's going to be on the first floor. And, you know, generally speaking, it would always be right there. But, you know, whatever. We got the Duke of Flies. The Duke ain't so bad. He's a pretty easy guy to deal with. Hey, you know what's an interesting fact? Ooh, a blue heart. That's probably because of the miter, by the way. Shot speed up is pretty shitty, but we'll move on. Yeah. You know what? You know what's really cool about history and stuff is I've learned a lot of history. Not necessarily history, but kind of understanding how things work from a lot of video games. Like, for instance, Civilization isn't bad for it, except it is a little bit less realistic. If you want to learn history, I would definitely suggest, well, one, taking a class on it, but also, you know, I learned a good amount, fucking flies, of what I know from the Europa Universalis games. They're coming out with a new one very soon, which I'm pretty excited about. I kind of want to see what's going on in there. And most recently, I've been playing Crusader Kings 2, and that game is cool. Because basically what you do, I think I mentioned it a long time ago, and they're coming out with a new expansion, which is cool, because I'd probably pick that up. Ace of Spades, that's cool. I'll take it. Yeah, so what's cool about that game is you basically... Oh, excuse me, puked a little bit in my mouth. See, sadly, don't have the PhD, because that gave me a luck down. So great. Yeah, so Crusader Kings. So what you do in that game is you kind of play in the 1200s, right? And you play as, like, say, an earl or a count or a duke or a king or an emperor, and it kind of gives you an idea as to it kind of does random encounter type of like FTL-like thing decisions that you have to make, which is cool. And then it. So basically, you're trying to keep your lineage in power. So say you say you're the house. There's also a really cool Game of Thrones mod, which I haven't actually tried, but I've seen videos of it. And it looks pretty darn cool, and I want to pick it up. Anyway, so you know, think, especially if you've watched Game of Thrones, think like House Baratheon, right? Like House Baratheon would want to be in power for a long time, right? So how do you do that? Well, you marry off your sons, and you make sure that you have a son, and all this kind of stuff. And it's very cool. But what's really interesting about it, Rosary is okay. I can deal with that. I mean, 3 blue hearts is decent. It's not really an upgrade necessarily. It's kind of a temporary benefit, but it works. Anyway, what's really cool about it, what I find very interesting, is it doesn't justify a lot of historical events. You know, it doesn't, like you always hear, like, say, Henry VIII. He wanted to divorce his wife, so he started a new goddamn religion and chopped off her head. Right? That sounds crazy. But, or just someone had to kill their son or their daughter, and then, or someone had to kill their father or kill their brother so that they would become king. And you know, that sounds very dark and wrong, right? When you are, I'm not going to look for the secret room because there's no chance I'm going to find it. Yeah, that sounds very dark and, like, you know, wrong, but you don't really get an idea of why they do that from reading the history textbooks unless you go really, really in depth. Playing the game like Crusader Kings 2 or Europa Universalis, it doesn't justify these decisions, but it kind of makes you understand, because you'll get in a situation where it's like, oh, fuck, well, I gotta kill my sister now, because otherwise she's gonna do this thing, and then I gotta make sure that I suffocate my son in his sleep so that he can't, because he's an imbecile, and we don't want him running the show, and then, oh no, my brother, if I don't kill him, he's gonna take over half my kingdom after my death, and then that's gonna be shitty. So, like, it's interesting because it just kind of makes you make those decisions that you would normally be like, oh man, those kings were crazy. How do they live like that? Or like marrying family members. That's another thing too. It's like, I never understood that when I was younger. But a couple of times, or like, you know, when I just normally read history, a health up is fantastic. But you know, when you play those games, you get into a situation sometimes where it's like, oh, all right, well, I have to marry off my daughter to her brother, or to her like nephew or something. I got to do that, and it just happens naturally. It's not like some like random event where it's like. So I didn't really fully explain the game. Basically, you have to deal with your lineage. So you can be a count. Okay, we got Ultra Pride, which kind of sucks. Okay, he's gonna do a lot of damage to us, probably. Wow, you throw that far. This is gonna be a tough fight. I was considering using bombs, but then I realized that I have no bombs. So that sucks. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so you have to consider... Oh, shit. You have to consider your lineage. So, like, say you're the Count of Uzbekistan or, you know, some small county in England or something, right? In order to pass that on to your kid, you have to have a kid, firstly. And if you have a kingdom, you have to pass that on to your kids as well. Now, if somehow you get deposed, right, and you lose your titles, your ranks and titles, then the next guy in your lineage, or say, like, because of some sort of succession law that you've set up and kind of screwed up, there's no way for your kid, like, say you have an elective monarchy, there's no way for your kid to become king, then you lose the game. So you're just trying to keep your bloodline powerful, in power, basically. So because of this, sometimes you get into these situations where like, oh shit, no one's gonna marry my daughter because everyone hates me, and under this current succession law, women can't rule. So in order to have a matrilineal marriage, meaning that the lineage goes to the woman's side, which is something that happened, which is why a lot of these matrilineal marriages did happen, and a lot of these familial marriages happened. You had to marry family. You had to marry family to make sure it stays in the family. Otherwise, you lose out on all that power, and you can't do that. So it's interesting because, you know, it forces you to make these decisions, and they come up so naturally, right? So it's like it's just like, okay, well, this is something that I have to do. Then you realize later, okay, I just killed my son and like married my daughter, like. But it doesn't justify these kind of acts, but it kind of puts them into perspective, and it makes you understand, you know, how different people can just like send off hundreds of thousands of people to war. It's because it's not people at that point. When you're that high up, it's not people, it's numbers, and it's just strategy and logic and just things that you just have to do if you want to retain power. That's just how it is. Which, you know, is dark and it sucks and it's shitty, and that's how the world is. But, you know, there's not much we can do about it. It's always been that way. It always is going to remain that way. You know, as long as people in power retain their power. That's how it is. And people in power want to keep their power. And, you know, when you taste power, Niccolo Machiavelli said, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. He is right. That is very, very true. Also, side note, interesting fact, fun fact about Niccolo Machiavelli. You probably have heard of Machiavelli, just maybe in passing, or actually, he's in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I think. I think he's like the leader of the Assassin's Guild or something. Anyway, yeah, so, fun fact, Niccolo Machiavelli is known for his work called, The Prince. That's his, like, most famous work, right? Because you always hear, quotes from The Prince, and they're just, like, really dark quotes about, like, how a good prince has to rule with fear by having public executions regularly and doing all this stuff. What's really funny is, like, people remember him as, like, this fascist, asshole because of The Prince. But what's really funny that you have to consider when you consider it is you have to look at his other works. And his other works kind of talk about the Enlightenment and about like pre-Enlightenment, Enlightenment era thinking, like democracy and constitutional republicanism and free choice and all this kind of stuff. All his other works are like that. And then you learn that he was actually contracted by the royal family to write that book. You kind of learn or understand at least that oh god, well, that sucks. I thought that was going to work out better. It did not, and this is not going to work out very well either. Oh, thank god it did. Yeah, so you find out that his work in The Prince is actually kind of a parody, kinda. It's kind of a joke. It's kind of a farce, really. Although it's him doing social satire. It's him saying, well, this is what politicians do and fuck them. But, you know, people remember it as the fact of it, which is pretty funny. But it doesn't mean that his words do not hold meaning or truth in them, or truisms as to how you're supposed to rule, because fear has a very strong motivator for a while. But then you go too far, and then you get a knife stuck up your ass like Gaddafi, and you don't want that. You definitely don't want a knife in your asshole. Maybe you can be rich and be a dick for a while, but eventually you're going to get a knife up your asshole. And that's another thing that people don't really understand about history as well. Is oh god, I'm ranting again. I forget these things. Sometimes, again, stream of consciousness, it just kind of happens. I'm sorry. But, and again, I'm not sorry, so sorry for saying sorry. I feel like I'm a Canadian. Anyway, yeah, another thing that a lot of people don't understand about power, or about, you know, leadership, is something that I have completely forgotten, and I don't know what my point was because I was apologizing for ranting, so sorry, but that one's gone. That one is gone to me. But likely we'll get something else out of there soon, out of the old noggin, that will be a gem of misinformation. Oh, I suck. God, what was I going to say? Something about people don't understand about kinglyship. And oh, yeah, okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing that people don't understand. When you hear the term dictator, right, or like cruel leader or whatever, or you hear about people being cruel, right? People don't... We like to make up democracy as this really great original idea that America had first, and that that it's just this great thing, and that you know, the reason that it's great is that well, I was gonna take damage anyway. Shit. You know what? I'm gonna use the hangman on this room. This will make this room a whole lot easier. Yeah. So the thing that people like to forget is the reason that they like democracy, right? Is say, okay, maybe it didn't make the room easier. Is that democracy is great because it's the power of the people, right? You know, like the person in power has to listen to the people. Well, that's all well and good if that were true. Oh, right, I forgot that I can't fly. Whoops. That was stupid. Yeah, and that's all well and good if that's true, but it's not. I mean, do you really think that kings used to be able to just, like, go around and just, like, kill people and do, like, horrible things all the time? No, that's not... Oh, really? I'm gonna die here. I can't kill these flies. I can't kill these flies. What do I do? No, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna actually die. This is ridiculous. Oh god, and this fly's gonna... Oh god, I fucking hate this room so much. Such a frustrating room. Well, let's keep going. Yeah, like people think that, oh well, the kings, you know, they can just be dicks and like they would just chop off people's heads and be assholes. That's not true. I mean, look, if you go around fucking people up and like stealing their money and killing people and being an evil man, you're gonna get a knife shoved up your ass like Gaddafi did. I feel like this should be a PSA to any evil dictators out there in the world. You always have to consider the will of the people. Always, forever. You always have. Now, the thing is, the big lie about democracy is that people think that, okay, well, we have majority rule now, which means that there's no more tyranny. There can't be tyranny, right? Well, there's a thing called the tyranny of the majority, and what that is that the majority oftentimes don't necessarily make the right decision. Tears up, okay, that's cool. We are going to use a bomb because I want to get a heart, and I really hope that it has that. Nope, curve torn, we'll take it. Yeah, so there is a thing called the tyranny of the majority, and the reasoning is this. For instance, John Rawls? Is it John Rawls? It's something Rawls. I'm sorry, he's a philosopher. But he said you should consider every law or whatever, what have you, any rule, under a veil of ignorance. So consider anything that you may want to think of, say healthcare or schooling, education, but you have to consider it like this. Consider you're not you, I'm not me, society doesn't exist yet, there are no people, but you have to consider, okay, so what's right? Would majority... Fuck, I'm dead. Alright, well, let's replay as Samson. But you have to consider, would this be right? Wow, we got Mom's knife. Okay, we haven't seen Mom's knife in a while. Who knows? Maybe this is gonna be good. yeah, you have to consider it all under a veil of ignorance. So I'm not you, you're not me, and we have to consider, okay, would a lot of people thinking that one thing is right be the right way to rule? Well, think about it. I mean, say in the 1950s, or the 1940s, 1930s even, or hey, even go far back as the late 1800s. The majority of people in the world would say that slavery is cool. Does that make slavery right? No, right? I mean, it's still wrong. It's still morally and logically wrong, right? So does the majority mean that it's right? No, the majority never necessarily means that it's right. It means that there's a majority, and that's cool, I guess. But and it's maybe the fairest way to rule that we have so far. But it's definitely not. Wow, Mom's knife is good. It's definitely not the right way to rule. And anyway, so yeah, they think kings can do whatever they want. That is not true. You always have to consider the people. And here's the other thing: is now we think that we have democracy, so we have oh really? So we have so the leaders have to listen to us. That's also not true. I mean, you look at like Barack Obama, for instance. Recently, I just read about this. So you remember SOPA and PIPA? That was like the anti-internet freedom laws. Wow, that is a great upgrade. I guess we need 3 times the charm, I guess. Yeah, so remember SOPA and PIPA and how the internet in a stunning display blacked out a bunch of websites, and then also we've all phoned to our congressman. I did this. We signed petitions to make sure PIPA and SOPA didn't go through, and it didn't, and it was beautiful, and it was like, wow, this is democracy at work. This is an amazing thing. Well, Barack Obama just recently said that SOPA and PIPA is returning in the form of an executive order. In case you don't know what an executive order is, it's basically a fucking royal decree. So what an executive order kind of is that the president says something, now it's law. The only way that you can undo an executive order, by the way, is if you're the president and you make an executive order undoing the executive order. So there's kind of no way to shoot it down as well, which means that no, we don't have any power at all. Power of the people is a lie, or at least it is now. Maybe it was at one point. Maybe the people really did have some kind of power in this country or in a democracy, but really it's a lie. The leaders have always led, and the leaders will always lead. I mean, look, in every society, in every culture, in every civilization before us, the rich have led, and the rich had the power. And they still do today. I mean, all the politicians are all rich lawyers and businessmen. So, I mean, can you really say that okay, well, we're freely electing them now, sure, but, I mean, they're the same people, so really, is it any different? Not really. Oh, and here's another thing that I always kind of hated. Never mind. You don't want to go in there. Is people always consider, like, oh, those ancient people, they were so stupid, or like, how did the Egyptians know to build a pyramid? Like, they were so stupid back then, they didn't know anything. That's not true. Look, like, say we're going all the way back into antiquity, right? Say we're going into, like, 10,000 years ago. Fuck it, 20,000 years ago, right? And we're going 20,000 years ago. Now, based on what we know about evolution, is 20,000 years enough time for evolution to have occurred? Are we any smarter or any different than the people back then? No, we're exactly the same. We are the same people. Not enough time has passed for us to mutate to be smarter. That's just not what happened. So people have been the same for a long time. Here's a good point about it. When do you think the first steam engine was invented? A lot of you probably are saying, oh, you know, the 1800s, maybe the 1700s even. That is actually not true. It was around 100 AD. It was Huron of Alexandria. He created a steam engine, and what that did was he used it to power automated doors. So you would step on a pressure plate, and the pressure plate would open the doors for you in the royal chambers. He also used water power and steam power to make vending machines back then. So really, I mean, are we that different? Here's another important point, and again, I'm sorry if this is boring to whoever is bored by this. Here's another good point. For instance, there's the Romans, right? The Romans invented concrete, which is where you always hear that old adage, all roads lead to Rome, right? Well, the reason all roads lead to Rome is because Romans built a lot of fucking roads, and the reason they could build a lot of roads is because they had concrete, which was just paved roads. Well, after Rome fell, we kind of lost that technology. And by we, I mean humanity. Humanity lost the technology to make concrete. And it was only rediscovered about 500 years after that. So, if you consider that, how many other technologies do you think we might have had at one point and then lost at another point? I mean, it's entirely possible. Hey, it's entirely possible that flight was invented before our time. I mean, before when we think it was with the Wright brothers and whatnot. That's entirely possible. It's highly plausible, actually. Leonardo da Vinci invented a flying machine. He never tested it, but he invented it. So I mean, maybe that's based on some other mechanics of something. You know, there are these cool things called the Baghdad batteries. If you ever look those up, basically they are batteries they found them in Baghdad. They're ancient batteries. They're BC. They're BCE batteries. So like they were I think it's like 300 or 400 BCE is when they are dated back to. What they do is, I mean, well, they're batteries. They work like batteries, and they're working. They use copper wiring, and they can charge something. They have an electrical charge. So now, what's cool about this? They're made in clay pots, by the way. They're made with a liquid in clay pots, in big giant clay pots. You got the tears up. That's good. So considering they were made, say, 400 years BCE, I don't know exactly when they were. They could be older than that. I could be totally wrong. Considering that, right, and they're working. That's the other thing. That's the important note to remember, is that they work. What were they using those for? Right? Consider that. What were they using those for? They work, too, which means that they had to test them on something, right? I mean, there's no... I didn't mean to use my bomb. That sucks. Well, yeah, what were they using electricity for, right? I mean, and they had to test them on something. They only knew that they worked because, I mean, why would you make it and find out how it worked? How would you know that it worked unless you tested it on something, right? So they were using electricity back then for something. We don't know what. We have no idea. Scientists are still stumped. Historians are still stumped as to what the Baghdad batteries were for. So who the fuck knows, man? We have always been the same humans. Always. And we will always be the same humans. At least for another million goddamn years. So, I mean... that always kind of irks me whenever, oh, shit. Well, that was stupid. I just want to go stab you. Okay. You are officially stabbed, sir. So yeah, I don't know. There's the whole people in power thing. You know, that's why, to round it all out, play Crusader Kings and get some perspective on how the world works. Because it's interesting. It's interesting to kind of think in those kind of terms, and think in the terms of how. Now, of course, yes, there were differences, but people inherently weren't stupider back then. Yes, maybe they were less literate, but that was only due to the limitations of certain technologies like typewriting, and you know, we have the internet now, which is amazing. So, you know, but people were not innately different. We were always kind of the same. And playing a lot of video games puts that into perspective, which is cool. One of the reasons I always love video games. We don't need to explore that room, so let's move on. Fight Carrion Queen, alright. Okay, we get hit immediately. We'll use the Empress, why not? Carrion Queen is not that fun to fight, in my opinion. Okay. Especially when you have Mom's knife, actually. Oh, great, we're gonna walk into the fire. We could die here. Oh, God! Alright, here we go. We only have to hit her one time. That was a bad shot. There we go. Took her out. Got a health up. Got another heart. We could get back to full health, but I'm a lazy man, so we're just gonna move on. So yeah. So, sorry about that really long rant, if you found it boring. A lot of you guys say you don't find these boring. Maybe this one specifically will be boring. I don't know. I'm self-conscious about that kind of thing. Yeah. So that's my points on all that stuff. You should check out the Baghdad batteries, because, man, that shit is pretty cool. Because I've always dreamed about that kind of thing. Like, what the fuck could they possibly have been using electricity for? What did they need it for? What do they need batteries for? What did they charge? Did they have like some sort of like electric car, electric transportation? I mean, that's the thing that I probably think of first. Is, I mean, especially since they're in pots, right? So like maybe they were charging some kind of gears inside of like an electric wagon type of thing. Because, I mean, the only place that I think that you would put pots is, like, in the back of a wagon or something. Or to, like, be able to keep them around. I don't know. Maybe they charged some, I don't know, man. I have no idea. I mean, obviously, if I knew, then I would be probably, you know, a historian or anthropologist. But, you know, I don't know, man. It's just cool. It's cool to think about. And it's cool to wonder as well, like, what technologies are we missing out on? That's the thing that I really want to know. By the way, net zero change there. Yeah, I don't know, man. I wonder about all these things all the time. Okay. Alright, fine, whatever. Wheel of Fortune. No, fuck! No fuck! No fuck for you. Okay, we're gonna drop a bomb there that does pretty much nothing. Okay, we're still gonna get hit. We're gonna drop the Wheel of Fortune though and play that a bit, so hopefully we can get some hearts. Hey, there's an Eternal Heart. I guess we'll keep that there. And go this way. Okay, there's a heart. That's good. That is what I'm looking for. What if they had like an ancient Roman like mech? Alright, that sucks. Like some kind of like Roman like super robot fighting machine. Oh, here's another thing too that's funny about like a lot of times in my spare time I like to design games on paper, but I don't know how to make games, so I don't really do anything about it. But oh, that sucks. How did land? No, don't land in the same spot. Okay, cool. This has worked out pretty well for us, by the way. Yeah, so, and because of that, you know, I've thought of how different... Oh, great, bad trip. Well, there goes the blue heart. We didn't need that anyway, I guess. So like trebuchets, right? You've probably heard of what a trebuchet is, right? That's the type of catapult where they fling it over. Oh, right, okay. So it's kind of like a sling, right? And in video games, largely you only see them in like, you know, Renaissance era or like medieval era, and it's like, oh, okay, so that was like late game type of technology, right? Turns out no, trebuchets have been around almost as long as catapults have. I mean, turns out that technology or the idea of that is not that much different than a catapult. I mean, a catapult just kind of slings it directly. And considering the type of tech that people were using for a long time, for instance, slings. Oh, okay. We actually used Mom's knife to stab him there. Whoa! Didn't see that happen. I'm an idiot. But yeah, slings. Here's something that people don't know about and isn't explored in video games, which is kind of what I wanted to do in one of my video games. Was or one of the video games that I designed in my head. Was I wanted to use slings. Because slings are never used in video games, and slings were a big deal in weaponry for a long time. All right, that's a terrible item, so we're not going to pick that up. It's maybe one of the worst, if not the worst item in the game. But yeah. So like slings are never used, and slings I am meaning like a slingshot, but basically what they would do is you take a rock, or they would actually they became such powerful military tools that they would design lead bullets for them. If you could look up like a lead sling bullet, like an ancient Roman lead sling bullet, and basically you just have a piece of cloth and fabric a cloth and rope basically wrapped around your 2 fingers, and you'd hurl it over your head and throw a bullet at your enemies. It was so effective in military combat for such a long time because, I mean, think about that. You're just hurling a rock super duper hard by the force of a sling. So it could pierce armor, it could pierce helmets and stuff. Only when they got into like plate mail and like chain stuff were they actually able to stop slings. So slings were actually effective for like thousands of years. And because of that, a trebuchet is kind of just sling technology in siege weapon form. So, I mean, they've always kind of had it, the idea. But again, this is just one of those things. It's kind of like a misconception about medieval life or medieval world or ancient world in general, or antiquity in general, is that we think that some technologies were like way too advanced for them. Like, oh, a trebuchet, look how much more fancy that is. Oh, also crossbows. Crossbows have been around for thousands of years too. I mean, again, that's another thing. They've been around almost as long as just regular bows and arrows. Like, you think of it and it's like, oh, well, it's like Renaissance era. They finally figured out how to make a crossbow. It's like, no, the tech is pretty much there. We did just do a very poor job of dealing with that, so we are going to use a key here. Gonna try to get some more health back. So yeah, the tech has always kind of been there for crossbows. Of course, we can make better crossbows now, but again, that's only because we have better tools. We could still conceive of crossbows back then. People weren't stupid. People weren't stupider back then. That's one thing that always gets me about history, or about just misconceptions about history. Okay, we got some more money so that we can play it some more. Great. That's a joke. I don't think that's great. I think that's bad, actually. But we shall continue here and get nothing. Well, we're going to blow you up. Hopefully you drop some hearts. No, you dropped a bad trip pill. You know, that works too. Because bad trip pill will essentially function as a full health pill once we get down to half of 1 heart. So that's good. So yeah. Crossbows, a couple things like that. Oh, that was dumb. That was rather stupid of me. Yeah, crossbows, trebuchets, they've been around for a long time. Grenades! Mines! Mines have been around for thousands of years, too. The Chinese, when they invented gunpowder, they invented mines and grenades. The Nafatun, I think they're Persian soldiers, carried around these kind of fragmentation grenades. Using Chinese gunpowder. So, grenades have been around for thousands of years as well. Mines, you know, we don't think of them. And not only that, just like the part of the reason that kind of is kind of shitty is in video games, we kind of just accept this. Like, oh, they had swords and shields and all this stuff, and it's cool. Okay, we'll live with that. But like, you're missing out on a whole function of history that could be really cool to play. Imagine if you like played in a world where you had grenades and also swords and crossbows and all that other stuff. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. All right, we got full knife items. It's kind of one of those things where you know, it'd be cool is if you had like multiple mom items. If it like dropped the mom's foot all the time, that'd be cool. Kind of like Daddy Longlegs. You just like become mom, like Guppy. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's a couple things where it's kind of just what happens is it becomes a trope, and like maybe originally the games were designed around historical events or historical fiction, like say Lord of the Rings or something, and then after a while it's all just a copy of a copy of a copy, and then no longer are we considering history, we're just considering okay, let's use this full health pill. Okay. Oh, great, yeah, no, spawn literally right in my face. That's cool. Yeah, and it's just kind of a copy of a copy of a copy, and then we're no longer really considering what real history was, or nobody's actually just doing the research into real history anymore. So yeah, cool stuff. Bunch of cool stuff. Bunch of really cool stuff. And if you guys watch Game of Thrones, you probably remember hearing like, oh, it's a Valyrian steel dagger, right? You know where that's actually from? Oh, the Joker card. That's pretty good. You know where that's actually from? Like the Valyrian steel, or like what that's kind of in reference to? That's in reference to Damascus steel. So Damascus is a town. If you play the original Assassin's Creed, you get to go to Damascus. But again, you know, people don't really fuck. People don't really fuck anymore. Oh great, that was stupid. People don't really consider just the history of all this stuff. And like, it's kind of shitty that it was never explored in the Assassin's Creed games. But anyway, Valyrian steel, right, is like oh, it's this ancient Valyrian, this ancient steel made from these ancient Valyrian people. Wow, that's ballin' as hell. Anyway, yeah. So these ancient people, the Valyrians. Oh, what? We actually didn't go to a room? That's odd, and we can't seem to hit anything at all. Alright, here we go. We're gonna hit you. Fantastic. Now you. Now you. Now you are dead! Okay, fantastic. Anyway, so yeah, Valyrian steel, like ancient people, made really cool steel, all this stuff, had this ancient technology. We don't know how to make it anymore. Well, that's actually because of... it's based in history, and the history is Damascus steel. So there was this type of steel forging that the people in Damascus did that no one really understood, and we only learned of it because of the Crusades, or at least Western culture only learned of it because of the Crusades going to Damascus. But okay, okay, we took damage, which sucks. Well, you're gonna use Mom's knife to deal with it. Yeah, so and if you look it up, it's fucking crazy. Like, the stuff, Damascus steel stuff, is so cool looking. It's kind of got, like water rifts on the blade. It's really cool stuff. But, of course, we can make better steel now, but only with, like, nanotechnology. Now, of course, I know that's kind of just like a trope of science fiction. It's just like, oh, add nano to the beginning of it. It'll sound cooler. Yeah, we can do like nanofiber steel type of things. I don't know anything about steel crafting, but I do know that nothing was as sharp or as sturdy as Damascus steel, and we actually can't reproduce it now. It's another one of those lost technologies. We don't know how they did it, how their steel was so good, but it was known around the world. After, of course, Damascus was, you know, found and, you know, subsequently conquered and stuff. Another thing that's cool about steel, meteorite steel. So you hear in games sometimes like, oh, it uses meteorite steel. That actually was a thing. It was considered like a holy weapon. Kings would have meteorite steel weapons. So basically, meteorites would drop, and they would contain metals, and the swordsmiths, the metal workers, would use the metals from that meteorite and make weapons, and it was considered like a holy weapon because it came from the heavens. So there's some cool stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's just there's a lot of things in like antiquity that a lot of video games don't explore as much as they should, or as much as they can to make like cool stuff. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of nitpicking on video games and how things are cool. So we're strong, but I mean, like, we're just, I don't know if we're like mom-worthy or anything. Well, we're mom-worthy, but I don't know if we're chest-worthy. I'm not doing a great job of dodging, but you know, I'm also talking about lots of varied subjects. Again, sorry. I suppose I should talk about the game a little bit more. So, you know, sorry about that. But, and of course, I think these rants this time got kind of weird. Like, I kind of jumped around a lot and talked about a bunch of different subjects. Talking about leadership and now, like, different types of steel forging. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say it's like really stream of consciousness type stuff here. Like, this is just what comes into my brain after another thing. Okay, we're piecing this bitch because I don't feel like dealing with Peep. Why do we not have Mom's knife anymore? There we go. Okay, that was weird. It's like we sheathed Mom's knife. Cool. We are gonna deal with the red guy here. Oh. fucking Diglets, man. I saw a really cool picture of Diglett recently. It had like Diglett, and then it had like 5 other monsters, like the size of Diglett underneath the earth. There's all this really funny picture of Diglett. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it's like Diglett, and underneath the earth of Diglett is just like very buff men making out or something, or like hugging each other. It was pretty funny. That was really stupid to take damage there in that way. Sorry, but I guess we do have this arcade to go into. Play this a bit. Okay. This should go fast, hopefully. High Priestess is a good card. What did we have? I think we had like the Magician or something. I just want some hearts. High Priestess is probably better. Use it on Mom. Do some good damage. Dealt with Loki on the first floor. You know who we haven't seen in a long time is Skolex. I haven't seen Skolex in this game in like months. Like, I think literally months it's been since I've seen Skolex. That, of course, could be an exaggeration since I do record one of these every day. So, I mean, you know, months to me could actually be like a week. Oh, the Hermit. Yeah, that's a useless card. Well, we'll jump on out of here. We don't need any of this nonsense. And we'll move on, try to find Mom's heart, see what's going on, and then we'll flip a coin and see where we're going. Honestly, I kind of don't really like Mom's knife that much, just because it forces you to get up close and personal to deal with enemies. And I don't really like doing that so much. I'm kind of, my style of gameplay is I like to sit back and hit a guy from afar, and hopefully have a lot of time to consider how I'm going to dodge. I'm a very deliberate gamer. Okay, there's that. Fantastic. Let's go this way. Also, these enemies are so annoying to fight with Mom's knife. Great, yeah. Okay, that totally missed. Because they're just, like, elusive, and if you miss the first shot, or you miss the beginning of your shot, then you're gonna have to wait a long time to try to hit him again. Okay, success. Tears up. Sure, why not? Sounds good to me. We are actually a bit slow. Okay, this is a bad room. This is a bad room. Yeah, we're gonna just take damage there. That sucks. Happens, I guess, though. And really hoping... Nope, this is still the wrong way. That sucks. We are gonna piece it, though. Because there's no reason to really be there, necessarily. So, you know, we're not gonna deal with it. Move on. Yeah, again, so... and I'm sorry for apologizing. I preemptively am going to apologize for apologizing. Actually, I'm not going to apologize. You know what? Fuck you. You don't like it? Too bad. Bombs are key. That actually kind of sucks. Yeah, no, the rants really went into a weird place today. They happen quite frequently. But they just, like, we kind of just went off on a bunch of different tangents. We're just going to jump through this room because, I mean, Mom is definitely this way. Right? So, I just don't feel like fighting Peep when we don't need to. Why do we keep getting the really tough guys? Like, we're getting the really tough... You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through here. Oh, no, I'm not going to come through there because they're just going to just follow me. Which is great. Alright, stab him. Alright. I want to stab him. Okay, stab him. Yeah, alright. Now we can deal with these guys a little bit easier. I don't know why we got, like, 2 of the really hard doppelgangers that fire 3 shots. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. This room's not hard when you don't have the doppelganger to worry about. Anyway, we'll move on here and do some stuff. Drop the High Priestess. A bunch of damage to Mom. Good amount of damage, I guess. Not an amazing amount of damage, but a decent amount. Okay, we hit ourselves with a bomb because I'm cool. That's mostly because, again, yep, hit again. Got hit again because I have to get up close, and I don't like getting up close, man. I really don't. I'm not a fan. But anyway, we'll get another heart, and I guess flip a coin to get up to the cathedral, or go down to Sheol. Hey, we got tails this time, so we're going to Sheol. Let's do it, guys. We got this. I don't know if we do, but I'm gonna say that we can. I'm gonna believe in us. I'm gonna drop a bomb, though, because I don't believe in dealing with this room. Because we don't need to. Excuse me, I need to itch my nose a bit. If you do not mind. If you mind, well then, sorry. We're gonna drop this guy in here and... Okay, did nothing, but whatever. Ah, shit. These guys are annoying to fight when you have Mom's knife, also. We're in a pretty bad place. I mean, we have pretty low health. We have a lot of damage, which is great, but... I mean, I don't know. Oh, God. Okay. Hit them both. Okay, we hit them both. We took damage, though. We dodged effectively. And we're gonna continue dodging. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Fantastic. Okay. You know what I want my rants to be? I can tell you this right now. What I really, really want my rants to be is, you ever guys... Oh, well, we have scapular, so that's good. And Polaroid, I guess. Have you guys ever heard of the Vlog Brothers, like, Hank Green and John Green? Well, they do vlogs, obviously, considering they're the Vlog Brothers. But they also have a channel called Hank Games. And it's Hank Green doing games, but there's also Hank Games without Hank, which is John Green talking. And he just plays FIFA. But he plays it mostly so that he can just talk about subjects. And people just kind of bring up subjects that ask him about things like, I don't know, like life after college or writing his first book and stuff like that. And he just talks about different subjects while he's playing FIFA. And they're only like 10-minute long episodes or 15-minute long episodes. But he just talks about things. And, you know, I always kind of like that. I liked watching a bunch of those. And actually because of that... Okay, this is the wrong way. So we are going to walk into him, which sucks. Yeah, no, I always kind of like that. Now, I would definitely suggest that you check out Hank Games. Not that they need my endorsement or anything, considering they have so many subscribers. But, you know, it is cool. It's some cool stuff. And those guys are really, really inspiring. I mean, especially if you look at Crash Course, like youtube.com/Crash Course. I definitely suggest that you check it out. Okay, fuck. Yeah, I definitely suggest that you check it out because Crash Course is great. This sucks. Okay, there we go. Got a golden key, that's nice. Let's see what's over here. Not the right way. Whatever. We'll use all our money, hopefully get some blue hearts. So yeah, Crash Course is really cool. Again, I've mentioned this before, but I would love to be able to do that. If I got big enough on YouTube that Google would come and ask me, because that's what happened. It's like Google came to them and were like, "Hey, you guys seem like smart guys. If you could have anything on YouTube, right, that we could back and fund, what would you do?" And they were like, "Well, an educational channel on YouTube would be pretty cool." And Google was like, "Yeah, that would be pretty cool." So they did. They made Crash Course, and you know, it's really cool. The show is funded by Google, and it's run by YouTube and run by them, and it's really cool. I would love to have that kind of an opportunity eventually. Of course, I don't do the kind of thing that that supposedly, I guess, warrants that. But I mean, I suppose neither did they back when vlogging was a thing. Although they vlog in a very different manner. They vlog in the Zay Frank kind of way. Okay, this is shitty. Which is you're actually just talking about a subject, not just like, "Hey, today I went to the store and you know, they had some green beans at the store and I really liked the green beans. They tasted really good and I really liked eating green beans. I eat green beans pretty frequently and you know, I have fun eating green beans, but a lot of times the green beans are unfulfilling and then I have to masturbate while wearing green bean outfit on so that I can feel safe and secure with my life and then all those things happen." I should just make a vlogging personality that talks like that all the time. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna make like a specialty channel where I just vlog. Okay, fuck this room. Right in its filthy face. Okay, we're gonna take damage anyway. Great. We're not getting lucky finding this boss, basically. Okay, we finally found it, but we're gonna again take damage. But luckily enough, we've been able to retain half of a heart and one blue heart, which we will allow us to take 1 extra hit on this boss fight as well. However, it's not really going to last all that long. Because while it did allow us to remain powerful throughout this floor and keep us alive because of Scapular, it does, you know, it does lose its effectiveness once you stay in the same room and continuously take damage. So that sucks. But hopefully we can succeed here. I don't know if we can. Oh, we took damage. Dropped the bombs. Okay, we got the second phase done. I don't know if we can do this. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. But oh god, maybe we can? Jesus, if we do this, almost. Okay, we dropped the bomb. Did we do it? We actually did this? I could just tank this guy. Wow, I had no idea that was gonna happen. I'll be honest with you, I really didn't think that we were gonna be able to win there. But hey, we did it. We got Sheol. And you know, a lot of people wanted to see Sheol again. So there you go, I guess. I really thought we were gonna lose there, but man, we didn't. So cool beans, man, cool beans. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You didn't find anything of this stuff boring or too tangential, because a lot of it was quite tangential. I'll try to scale it back a bit. I don't really force it, but I mean, you know, it does happen. My brain just kind of forces these things out of my mouth. But anyway, hopefully you guys liked it, no matter what. I would suggest that you check out the most recent FTL video, because it's pretty cool. We get some, like, cool stuff in it. Or the last couple. Or, you know, all of them. And then tell me about how much you love me, so that I can feel secure with my life. Because otherwise, I just got nothing. I got nothing, guys. But yeah, no, you know, whatever. Hopefully you guys liked it. Thank you for watching. This is Alpaca Patrol, signing out. Peace, fools.